some teams have barely, moved the ball up and down the field. At 145, they're already down 13-0. And the yardage difference was like 150 to 13.
Yeah, don't get first downs.
It was an embarrassing display of football.
I mean, by 2 o'clock, you're already tapped out on that game. Like, it's over.
Yeah.
They can't compete with the Jets.
Right? Yeah, and I wanted to watch all of the Ravens game, but the Ravens were killing Houston.
Smashing them. Crushing them.
There wasn't really a game at 1 o'clock yesterday that was that interesting until the Vikings started coming back.
Yeah.
But, you had a bunch of blowouts, and I felt like I had to watch the Skins game because we were going to talk about it for an entire week.
Yeah.
And it was hard. It was hard to watch it.
We can't talk about this for the entire week. We just today and maybe bleed a little into tomorrow.
I knew for at least one day we were going to talk about it.
By the way, Montez Sweat, who they traded up to draft,
which I loved that pick at the time.
On the year, 19 tackles.
2.5 sacks.
2.5 sacks, 0 forced fumbles, 0 interceptions, 0
I don't have his
plays.
pressure numbers.
Right.
But, he's got a few tackles. But like he said, I wasn't brought here to stop the run. He even said
right.
that. He was brought in here to pressure and sack the quarterback. And frankly, it just hadn't happened enough.
And Kerrigan doubled his total yesterday to 4 sacks. So you're 2 outside.
You know what? Ryan's going to end up with 8 or 9. And you're going to go, all right. But they're obviously not impactful.
People that have been watching him have told us that his play slipped the last couple of years.
Yeah. Such a nice guy, too. Let's go to Mo in Woodbridge. Mo, what's up, buddy?
By the way, he's a strong son of a bitch.
By the way, I wanted to move on just so he doesn't have to play for the Redskins anymore toward the end part of his career.
Yeah. Mo, what's up?
Hey, Jones, love your show. Love your show.
Thank you.
Hey, you guys are great. Hey, J-No, got to go. J-No, got to go.
He's gone. Everyone knows that. He knows that. Everyone knows he's gone.
I like the guy, but the reason I got a pet peeve with him because he's a veteran, and it should translate as a leader. I just saw for the first time last week that the stuff he does, transferring or rubbing off on Landon Collins, who's a great player. He plays off coverage in order to make a big play and outshine a solid play, yet he comes in late because he's like too surrounded. Look elite. I mean, he just happens to play corner, and, I like the guy and everything. He's just a self-driven risk taker. He just comes off as a self-driven risk taker, on and off the field. I mean, I like the stuff he does. Dancing with Stars, jumps bulls, but it translates on the field.
Who cares about him jumping bulls?
By the way, that was his best play this year.
When he jumped over the bull.
Good riddance to him.
That was his best play.
Well, I know he can't outrun the bull.
No, he definitely can't. 6 more games of J-No, as he called him, and then he's done. His Redskins era is over.
What's sick is I don't even think there's really that many young players behind him.
I know.
That they could play instead.
Right.
Like normally you say, well, just sit his ass. Who cares?
Who else are you gonna put
I
back
don't know
there?
who else you'd put in there.
He gets dusted all the time.
Unless you just want to start Moreland.
I'd like to see more of Moreland. He's been a bit of a disappointment, too, to be honest with you. I mean, I know he's a late draft pick, whatever.
It's all the preseason hype, man. So much preseason hype over so many players. I've talked about this for a month now. Trey Quinn was the most hyped guy in the preseason.
So much hype.
That I can remember in many years.
But you know what? Terrell Pryor gave him a run for his money.
You're right.
Terrell Pryor was all preseason hype trade.
There's and the receivers in preseason.
By the way, did you see the Terrell Pryor's grasping at playing for the Steelers? He's like, let me come help your wideout group. What? Who are you going to help? How are you going to help?
He should never play again.
Trey's got 26 catches for 7.6 yards per catch.
Some people predict he's going to have 80.
Yeah, he's on pace for 42. He's on pace for 42.
He's on pace for like a 350-yard season.
Yeah. 317, actually.
Oh, you did the math?
Well, it's here, yeah.
Okay.
What do you? I mean, he was the last pick in the draft.
I understand. Sometimes those guys can play.
You remember all the hype.
A lot of hype.
But Case is right. Terrell Pryor, there is something about the DC media that falls in love with receivers. And whether it's the Sims or Robert Davis or whatever, like, oh, there's so much wide receiver now.
If you go up and make a wackadoo one-handed catch in Richmond on like August 3rd,
people start talking about you.
People love you. They just love you.
Yeah. People think
They'll never forget it.
You're going to catch 65 balls for 900 yards.
Let's go to Ron Poolsville. Last call. Ron, what's up, buddy?
Oh, wow. Pressure's on me. Thanks, guys.
What's up?
I have to agree with most of the callers. I say the defense is such a disappointment because of the amount of veterans they have on that side of the ball, and they just basically mailed it in. And yesterday, I didn't watch the whole game, but I saw that touchdown throw over Josh Norman's head. Classic. That's been going on forever. And, I'm tired of miscommunications in the defensive backfield. We've been going through three years of this now.
At least.
People point fingers, and he's the main one. He's the biggest finger pointer of them all. He on the field, he tries to show up other people when it's clearly his fault, his guy that beat him, and I'm just tired of it. Thanks for taking my call, guys. And by the way, I'm one of those season ticket holders that you talked about.
Yeah.
I've given it back. They tried to throw me everything but Fort Knox to try and get me to renew, and I'm not doing it. And I'm not buying any more merchandise, nothing. So I'm molting into a Saints fan.
Really?
Yes.
See, and this is my theory, and I'm the only one here who believes Bruce Allen is gone at the end of the year. I got to believe, EB, when you're the owner and you're actually going to the games and you hear those chants, that you have to change something beyond just changing the head coach.
Well, they'll just think it's the coaching staff. They'll just think it's the coaching.
Maybe there's no impact.
He has to know it's beyond the coaching staff. And he has to be feeling it in the wallet to some extent. I understand that the team's value is worth more than it ever has. And I understand that the TV money comes in.
Yep.
But can you imagine the amount of lost revenue per home game in terms of beer sales, food sales, merchandise sales? It is way down. He has to be losing millions of dollars.
Good.
I wonder. I mean, it's a serious
There's gotta
question.
be
Do you think?
That's a good point. In terms of the cash flow, they've got to be lowest in the league.
I would think it's pretty close. I'm being serious. This is in the middle of the year.
Yeah.
Do you think one Redskins jersey was sold
What,
At
yesterday?
FedEx Field?
in the world?
Kids,
Yes.
because
Yes.
somehow. You think one person? Who would buy a
I don't
Redskins
know.
jersey?
Somebody
people
bought
who are
one.
fucking their kids. That's it. We took calls yesterday during our pregame show and just threw out
They
the
weren't
question.
even wearing up jerseys to the
We
game.
just threw out the question, if you're going to the game,
Go to the
tell us
game.
why. And the only people that called in were fathers bringing their sons who were like 11, 12, 13. Great chance to take my kid to a game for $15.
So they're buying McLaurin jerseys, and that's it.
Probably.